Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports, BWTM Line. Beginning to like these backdrops more and more all the time. Excuse me, gentlemen, I'd like to have an opinion on this particular subject. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. Your subscription matters to us. So, Tyson Fury's back again. This time, Tyson saying that negotiations are going well and almost done between Fury camp or Frank Warren and Deontay Wilder and Deontay Wilder's team. Well, oh boy. Well, if you just for a minute, and it seems that this, anytime I talk Tyson Fury, the channel seems to people seem to enjoy it. So obviously, I may have to rename this the Tyson Fury debate channel because it seems to cause an uproar every time. Now, this picture and these backgrounds tell a great story. Look at Tyson Fury then. He was considered the man. He was the unified heavyweight champion of the world, fresh off of beating Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder. I'm not sure who he defended his title against then, but yeah, at that point in time, what a fight we would have seen. Tyson still at a time with Peter Fury. Wilder, well, he's still with the same trainer. Things have changed since then dramatically. Tyson no longer with the man that took him to the World Heavyweight Championship, no longer with the man that remodeled him from being in what it seemed like a pub brawler, getting into pub brawls and getting knocked down and bang on punch-up fights, to a more sophisticated boxer who could move from southpaw to orthodox and could move around the ring with great lightness on his feet and put good combinations together. Peter Fury is no longer in that team. We know Ben Davison has come in. We know Tyson's been out of the ring for a long time. We know Tyson with his weight problems. We know about the mental health issues. We know about all those things. We've heard it time and time again. Tyson comes back. His first fight is against Safa Safiri. We don't have to talk about that. Now his second fight is against Pianeta. Now, I don't understand how Safa Safiri and Pianeta prepare you to face the pound for pound, number one biggest puncher in world boxing. I don't want to hear about Deontay Wilder's boxing ability for a second. It was good enough to take out Luis Ortiz, the man that, despite everyone saying about Luis Ortiz being another man, nobody wants to face. But Deontay Wilder was faced him. See, in that, Pianeta does not prepare you to face the biggest puncher in world boxing. And it's the biggest puncher in world boxing and an active guy as well. It doesn't prepare you. Maybe at the time when Tyson Fury had Peter Fury in the corner, and at that point in time, and the fight happened shortly afterwards, Tyson would have had a better chance of beating Wilder, but still would have been a dangerous fight. Let's bear in mind, people, a lot of Fury fans are stuck. And you're not going to like what I'm going to say here, but it's the damn truth. A lot of you are stuck on that Klitschko fight. It's like Tyson Fury had one fight and it was the Klitschko fight. But you have to remember the fights led up to the Klitschko fight. Being knocked down by Nevin Pajcek, being knocked down by Steve Cunningham. So for those people out there that somehow believe that Tyson Fury is going to have an easy job against Deontay Wilder, well, you're going to be deeply disappointed, because Fury was getting hit by Safa Safiri. He was getting hit by Safa Safiri. Fury is no longer the guy that fought Klitschko. He isn't. And even if he gets into great shape for this fight against Wilder, if it should happen. Now, before we even get to the Wilder fight, well, let's pull back a second. There was a man by the name of Let's Go Champ Shannon Briggs. Whatever happened to that fight? What happened to Briggs versus Fury, who in himself was a dangerous fight just because Briggs can punch for a couple of rounds? If you were going to seriously prepare to face Deontay Wilder and you're serious about this and winning this fight, surely you could have fought David Price. Tall, long, similar height to Wilder, and can punch. Price known as a right-handed puncher. Price is known for his right hand. Wilder is known for his right hand. Whilst Wilder and Price are not the same sort of fighter, you've got the height, you've got the reach, you've got the power to deal with. You can't just walk in there and do what you want to do. And one mistake in a fight like Price, it's curtains. So the motivation for this fight, if this fight is to happen, there's a lot of people skeptical as to whether this fight will happen. I can see this fight happening much faster now than if it was Wilder versus Joshua, because you're dealing with Eddie Hearn in the background, Matchroom, and all the rest of it. I think it'll be easier for Warren, for Fury, and Wilder to fight for a number of reasons. You've got to ask yourself the question. I keep asking people the question: why is Tyson Fury back in boxing? He did a lot of talking. If you remember when Tyson first came back, he said, "I'm going to come back. I'm going to break Joe Louis' record. I'm going to be like Muhammad Ali," and they compare him to Muhammad Ali. Of course, I broke that down in another video. We don't have to go there again. But so far, Tyson, all the things he said, he's almost like Pinocchio. He says one thing and does something completely different. So how true this situation is between Tyson and Wilder, I don't know. And after the whole stuff with Wilder and Joshua, you just got to wonder how much truth is in this. Whether Wilder and Fury are doing this, and this has come up about because Wilder and Fury actually are good mates, from what I understand, and the two of them are just pulling the coattails of probably Hearn. So the whatever contract sent through now, I'm just making things up, that somehow or the other, if they pull the coattail, then maybe contracts will be changed, because there was some talk about Chisora fighting Wilder, and a great way for Wilder to move out of that way is to fight Tyson Fury. Well, that would make sense to me. Makes more money. You don't have to fight what you don't have to fight. You don't have to deal with that, and you also don't have to deal with Eddie Hearn and Dillian White. So that's a way you can get yourself out of the way and still fight your buddy, and you and your buddy can make a lot of money together. That's one way of shutting Hearn out of the equation and not doing business with Hearn and Joshua, and doing business with Tyson Fury and Frank Warren. That's just one way of doing it. I'll give you another example of that. Where remember when Golovkin and Canelo were meant to fight at the time? They said the fight wasn't going to happen, and there was talk about Golovkin going to fight Saunders, and then Canelo was going to try and fight Jacobs, and you had all this stuff. And in the end, negotiations happened, and the two guys got together, Canelo and Golovkin, and the fight was made. Now, that wasn't going to happen with Joshua and Wilder, clearly, because Joshua now is going to fight Povetkin. But in terms of future negotiations, possibly this might have been a way of doing things. Let me turn my volume up here. Damn, my volume is low. Sorry, people. I'm not for 1 second suggesting that I'm right about this, but what I am suggesting is that there's more to this story than just Fury and Wilder just going to set up and fight. I mean, Wilder's got a mandatory to face, I believe, against Brazil. Tyson's going to fight Pianetta in August. So he's saying by December he'd be ready to fight Wilder. Really? You've had almost 3 years off. Your team's relatively new. You look pretty terrible against Sefa Safiri. You know, you're using training camps to get yourself fit, to get yourself in shape. And while all this is happening, and while all this fart-arsing is going around, and this I call it buffoonery going on in the background, what is actually going on is guys like Joshua and Wilder are actually becoming better fighters. Wilder, let me remind you, went and fought Ortiz when Tyson was still champion. And I've got the interview. When Tyson was champion, he had no interest in fighting Luis Ortiz. This is coming out, not of my mouth, but out of the champ's mouth. He had no business. He didn't want nothing to do with Ortiz. Ortiz didn't bring no money to the table. Ortiz said, don't have no fans. And Ortiz is an awkward fighter. Tyson's a well-researched man. Of all the stuff he does and all the clownery and stuff, he's a smart guy. So the only thing you've got to ask yourself is, how much faith does Frank Warren have in Tyson Fury 2018 version? What is Tyson Fury's reason to come back in boxing? Is it for a cash out? Is it for a cash out? Win, lose, or draw? Cash out, make as much money as possible, and get the hell out of the sport? Why is it that he decided to leave Hennessy and go to join Frank Warren? Why? Was this something that was going on a long time ago? Was this going on all the time when Hennessy and Warren were working together, and Tyson was thinking, let me work with Frank Warren instead? Has Tyson seen something in the way Hughie Fury's been promoted via the whole YouTube thing? Is it that? Is it money? There's usually the root. They say the root of all evil comes down to money. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know all about all that. But all I do know is that this fight for Tyson Fury is career suicide. I mean, the guy's not even, he's not even in the right fighting shape. He looked disgusting against, I'm just being honest, he looked disgusting against Safa Seferi. His comeback for me begins against Pianeta. He should have fought Pianeta first. Safa Seferi shouldn't have been in the mix. He should have fought Pianeta first, in my personal opinion. That's a good comeback fight for me. First fight out, Pianeta. Oh, he's ranked 150. I don't give a shit he's ranked 150. That's his comeback fight. Let him fight Pianeta. I think he's former two-time European champion. Yeah, he's 38 or 39. He got knocked up by Kevin Johnson. Fine. But as far as I'm concerned, that would have been a nice comeback fight. It's a comeback fight. Everyone knows who Pianeta is. All right. Yes, he got knocked up by Kevin Johnson, but you're not sticking him in on a comeback fight against Deontay Wilder, do you? Let's think about this. You're getting the guy back into boxing. But Pianeta is a natural heavyweight, a bona fide heavyweight, not a bloody cruiserweight. And a guy that, when you look at his record, it's very, very dubious, Safa Seferi. So if the first fight was for us to find out where Tyson's at, I mean, just think this a second. Safa Seferi is brought in to find out where Tyson's at. So you bring a cruiserweight in that's 5'10", 5'11", or 5'9" to fight Tyson Fury, who's 6'9", almost a foot taller. That's how cautious you are about the return of Tyson Fury. That's how much faith you have in the former unified champion. Come on. And now you're stepping up against Pianeta. As I said, why didn't you fight Pianeta first? I don't know, hold on a second. Where's Shannon Briggs? What happened to that conversation between Fury and Briggs? Why is that fight not happening? Wasn't that going to happen in September? What happened? Come on, talk to me. So, for me, had the fight happened at that point, as we see behind us, timing is everything in boxing. At that point in time, Wilder's still learning his trade a bit more. Fury just got champion, just beat Klitschko. Yeah, Fury had a better chance. I'm not saying they're beating Wilder, because Fury could have been ahead on points and got nailed with one right hand and it's out. Wilder's reputation is he has knocked everybody out he's faced. There's no doubt about that. And don't say Fury doesn't go down, because he's been down before against lesser punches. Fury's never been in the ring with, I mean, you could say he's been in Vladimir, but Vladimir was always a guy, when Vladimir threw his punches, Vladimir threw punches and pulled back when he's throwing shots. Unless he knew you were totally out of it, then Vladimir would step through shots. Vladimir was a coward when he goes throwing his right hand. He throws his right hand like that. Throw his right hand like that. Why? Because he was scared of getting tagged himself. His style was about safety first. So when you got a guy like that sort of mentality, they're non-committal. They don't commit the same way with their throwing punches. This man now is different. He'll commit. When he throws that right hand, when he lands that Hail Mary, it is all over. It's good night. You know what I mean? And I'd be interested to see whether this fight even happens in America or it happens in the UK. I don't know. But anyway, I've said my piece. This fight, in my personal opinion, for the legacy of Tyson Fury, this fight should not be happening now. This fight shouldn't be happening until next year. But if it's cash out time, then cash out. It gets early once about people being shit houses and all the rest of it. But at the end of the day, you just don't come back to boxing and just say, "Well, I'm roll up. I'm going to fight the best guy in the world, and I'm just going to walk. I'm just going to walk across to America, or he's just going to come over here, and I'm just going to take the belt back." Tyson, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. It does not work like that. Not with this guy, Deontay Wilder. I mean, there was a reason why Joshua did not want to face Wilder, and you can ask Luis Ortiz, you can ask Bermain Stavern, and a lot of others as to why, Joshua probably doesn't want to face him. It's that right hand. You know what I mean? So yes, Vlad was a coward. Vlad boxed like a coward. How Vladimir Klitschko's fights. Since he went to go back and research Vladimir Klitschko. Go do your research. I'm not talking about Vladimir Klitschko in the last 4 or 5 years. I'm talking about Vladimir Klitschko when he started his career off. He was bombing guys and knocking guys out. Then he got chinned by some unknown guy. He got chinned by him. He was knocking everybody out. Vladimir then was, he was going out knocking guys out, much like Wild, the guy that they're charging guys and taking them out with the right hand. Then he got chinned. He got nailed with a big shot. Got nailed and got knocked out. And then after that, Emmanuel Stewart came in. And when Emmanuel Stewart came in, he gave Klitschko defense. And defense, when Klitschko fights, you break Klitschko down, if it was 1, 2, 3 punches at maximum. 3 punches at max, Klitschko will throw at you. Really? Because he doesn't want to engage. That's how Klitschko fights. So when Klitschko's throwing a jab, he's pulling his head back so he doesn't get caught with anything. That's the Klitschko way of fighting. Safety first. So yeah, Klitschko is a coward. Klitschko was a coward. Klitschko did box like a coward. Defensively responsible, if you want to call it. But I call it being a coward. There was no big heart in Klitschko. Yeah, he got knocked down by Samuel P because he had to get up. But what I'm talking about, that fight against Joshua, you're talking about old man Klitschko hadn't fought for 2 years. Right? So safety first. When Vladimir gets hit, Vladimir don't know what to do. He starts to freeze up. So that's why I mean by Klitschko being a coward. Yeah, Ross Purity. Okay, let's talk some sense. Let's see, we've got some people talking sense in the room tonight. Far too soon for DJ Slick. Far too soon, in my opinion. It won't end well if he watches his thoughts in Grim. Yep, you've got my points. As he says, oh boy. Spotless Leopard said this should be interesting. Robert Townsend says, I really hope this is real and no more of Tyson's social media rubbish. Well, I don't watch much of Tyson Fury's social media anymore because a lot of rubbish. Troll Fury versus Scam Wilder, great matchup. LOL, this fight is not happening. Tyson is back on coke. Oh dear. I bet Wilder himself never heard of any negotiations. M. Hughes says, don't be retarded. Wilder won't even sign for Brazil. He's not even going to sign for a Fury fight, even at this point in Tyson's recovery. Wilder has drained all the attention he can from AJ. It's Tyson. It's TF's goal. Tyson Fury's goal. There's no contract. Fury's on dope. He's there with the Furies. Doping Fury is comedy. It'd be a way for Wilder to validate himself by unifying the linear title for both the Klitschko lines. Fury has a good chance if he can avoid getting caught clean. Well, that's not going to happen. Side note, Lucas Brown responded to Dave Allen's tweet. He's definitely interested in the Allen fight. Good. Wilder wins by annihilation. Sorry, Ingram. Well, no, nothing to sorry about. Okay, he's not a boxer, but he can punch. Agree. Classic cherry pick from Wilder. Okay. Fury doesn't want any hard fights now, just lots of money for the linear title. I agree with that. I think Tyson just believes his own hype. That's what seems to have been going on for the last 2 years. Hype, 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 and no action. Very much like Billy Joe Saunders with the whole Lemieux fight. Since the Lemieux fight, it was hyping up Billy Joe Saunders' Lemieux fight. You haven't seen anything since. Safa Safari was a light, £210, so he was going to be fast. Oh my God. Wild is older, but in far better shape. Wild should obviously have fought Dillian White, but he didn't want that smoke. Bollocks, Fury has joined the circus. He could possibly take gold in the midget 10-pin bowling, but take heavy hits in the ring. He won't be able to. Fury has lost weight, but you can never regain such condition. Michael C says Fury must want a death wish. Joshua Wilder, White, Ortiz, Parker all had life and death matches. Tyson Fury hasn't had his heart tested. Real talk, says BG. LOR, you think Warren is easier than Hearn? Yes. I heard Errol Spence versus Michael Garcia will be co-main event on this pay-per-view. Okay. Clean cut, honest analysis as usual. Need more Ingram Jones covering boxing, says 100 Boxing UK. Thank you. Wilder trying to upstage AJ by talking on a half-baked Fury. If this happens this year, I'll be behind Fury, but I'm 90% certain Fury just blowing smoke up the arse of his fans. Yep, that's the one. I'm loving your analysis, Ingram. Keep it going. You're talking real good work. Thank you very much, Robert. It'll be a way for Wilder and Fury to both make double-digit millions. No brainer. Okay. We've seen that White struggled in early rounds to cope with Parker's speed. Wilder could decapitate him. Really? Okay. When cherry picks go wrong. Okay. Boxing facts. Wilder body bag Fury. Fact. Wilder is scared of White like a plague. Scared of Dillian White, but fought Luis Ortiz. Never understood the logic of that. This 100%. This isn't happening. 100% is Graham. Womack, you're discrediting Wilder because Tyson Fury wants to fight Wilder, right? I wonder if Warren is trying to cash out Fury now. Behind the scenes, he might be having trouble training and stay motivated. This is something that I think is quite relevant and quite real. Or the flip side is Fury's super motivated and believes he's ready. Either way, it's a disaster. More hype. Warren is indeed trying to cash out. I can believe that. Fighting Fury at this stage. Absolutely, says Womack Dark. Warren is a snake poisoning Fury. Okay. Fury has joined up with Wilder to elevate themselves. The fight will never happen. They're both spastics, so it's a shit fight anyway, says Mike Hughes. Fury's still linear champion. Remember, he stopped Chisora and beat Klitschko without being flawed or stunned. He's more heavyweight champion than ducking AJ. I've got to say this to you, that when you're talking about those two fights, the key point was Peter Fury was in the corner. Great fight. I saw that Tyson Fury interview about Ortiz. There you go. You telling me Fury is the same fighter that beat Klitschko? Absolutely not. The Cali Enigma, good to see you in the room, my friend. How you doing, brother? Tyson needs to give the same performance as Chisora 2 before he fights Wilder or AJ. He'll need more than a Chisora performance against Wilder, to be honest. Pound for pound, number one puncher in the world? I don't think so somehow. Fury has watched the card on Saturday and thought, I want some of this. Did anyone see Carl Froch talking to Eddie Hearn the other day? The fight between Wilder and AJ may already be sorted for April. Maybe. AJ, Fury's stronger than the guy who beat Klitschko, but he's less sharp, I grant you. I agree that should have fought Pianetti's first comeback fight. How much do you think Fury is getting paid for each fight? No idea. Wilder will not get full credit for beating Fury. Fury will show he's not afraid to lose. No, he won't get full credit for it. He needs at least 2 more fights and reunite with Uncle Pete, and then there is some chance of beating Wilder. Sefe's brother is 5'11". Eddie Hearn was offering a lot more money, apparently. I would love to see Tyson take the belt from Wilder, then take the others from AJ. You'd love to, it's not happening. 50p if there's justice in the world. Tyson chasing a major high and wants to make outlandish statement. Chill, he's got this. Fury deals with Wilder. 3rd time out. AJ's mind crumbles. Shannon Callan still waiting for contract from Fury. Is Fury in debt to Warren for Klitschko pullout? Good question. Uh, Tyson is dead. I'm predicting Fury wins this fight. The 11th with and I TKO in 11th round. Okay. If AJ chose to fight Fury after Povetkin, people would say it was a cherry pick because Fury just has to demonstrate he's back to his best. I agree there. Briggs got to get off the steroids first before any boxing sanctions him against Fury. It's a good point. Who's bringing in the fans? His mind needs a stupidly hard task. Plenty of time to lose weight. Plenty of constant sparring. Job done. He's a genius. It's 7 Oceans. It's as big as Hay versus Bellew. People globally were tuning. Bigger. Purity lost purity. What you're talking about, AJ? Purity chin white Vlad. Vitali was the guy who took on the tough guys. If Tyson thinks he's ready for Wilder, thumbs up for me. All the best, AJ next. People going on like Wilder is invincible. He's got so many holes. It's a joke. A 43-year-old man nearly KO'd him. How many other guys who are back in the heavyweight division want to fight this 43-year-old? I know AJ didn't. AJ offered Wilder contract date and venue. Tell Wilder to sign the damn contract. I've got to say something right here. You didn't see the contract. I didn't see the contract. You're just being told. That's insulting calling champion a coward, but it's your right. He boxed like a coward. He did. Look at anyway. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine. That's my thoughts on it. Fury has 0 chance versus Wilder. Fury gonna make pound. Yeah, he's gonna make money. You can't go from Sefer Safari to Wilder. I agree. I think you should earn your shot. And White has defended WC title a few times. Issue mandatory. Agree with you there. Dr. Ortiz to fight Wilder. Okay, then. You're just in here to have an argument with me, so I'm not prepared to engage with you. Ingram, would you agree that Wilder's never fought a top-class defensive fighter with head movement? Yeah, I'd say that. The news out of LA yesterday is Fury versus Wilder is true, says Cali Enigma. Well, that's not good news. So how is he going to sell that whole Hail Mary up? How is he going to set up their Hail Mary up? He'll set it up. You all are ready to slag Wilder off, but he genuinely won a bronze medal at the Olympics. Okay, let's get something straight. This is a bronze medalist at the Olympics. So, and Wilder is pound for pound the best puncher in the world. He beat Luis Ortiz, who a lot of you expected Ortiz to beat Wilder. So I don't want to hear anything. Wilder's a puncher, and that's what he is. He's a puncher, and everyone is laid out flat. Everyone is knocked out. Everybody is knocked out. So, you know what? I appreciate Wilder for what he does do well, rather than what he doesn't do well. Wilder versus Fury rematch. Peter Pat, maybe next year he'll be ready. Yeah, I wonder what Peter thinks about this. Frank Warren is scared that a journeyman will put him on his ass, so Frank is cashing him out. I agree there. Fury, White, or Miller, otherwise I'll be watching Wilder's next fight. Okay, I'm sure that you say that, Benjamin, but come fight time, I'm sure you will watch the fight. If Tyson went with Eddie, who he have to change his style? Yeah, Tips probably, or McCracken. There's always going to be excuse if Fury loses. Pathetic. I know. He went to Germany, and now USA. If he does that and comes back, it will be AJ. I meant Saturday. I was at the Ritz-Carlton, LA, Saturday. Fury versus Wilder was talk with Spence Jr. versus Garcia, Robert Hurd versus TBA, and Gary Russell versus Leo Santa Cruz. Wow. Trap boxing. What's up, bro? Tyson said he's got more for the Safari fight than Klitschko, so Warren must be paying him well for these 3 fights, which is why Warren wants payback for the third with Wilder. Why should they fight Ortiz if he is not money worthy? Great point there. Tyson got balls. Fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. He knows he's that good. Okay. Let's play fairy tale. If a fight happens this year, Wilder will send Fury to hospital. I have no doubts about it. 78 Sports TV, my brother, how are you doing in the house? Fury is the bigger, more skilled. Yeah, but what are you basing that Fury on? Are you basing that Fury on the Klitschko fight, or are you basing the Fury fight on the Safa Safari fight? Don't talk to me about Fury who fought Klitschko. Forget that guy's gone. He's done. Talk to me about Fury who fought Safa Safari. That guy against Wilder. Because he's never going to be going back to that shape again. He ain't going back to that shape again. Not happening. So I don't want to hear about no Fury who boxed Klitschko. What's good, LDBC people? Ortiz not bringing much money. That's true. Wilder's the real deal. I like him and want him to destroy AJ. But the fact is, we're not talking about a new normal human being when it comes to Tyson. In my opinion, he's Mozart. He looked like Mozart when he fought Safa Safari, did he? He didn't look like Safa. He didn't look like much. Look. If you all want to be historians, become librarians. All right? If you want to be historians, become librarians and look at books and read history. Klitschko fight happened a long time ago. Moved on from that. Safa Safari has got a fight in Belfast against Pionnier. Forget the Klitschko fight. Hasn't got the same trainer. Probably hasn't got the same work ethics. He's been out of the ring for X amount of time. No longer champion. Well, got all the belts. He's got the linear belt, but the linear champion made his first defense against Safa Safari. Pick that one out. Fury versus Safari was the worst fight I've seen in my life. Boxers kissing each other. Safa Safari was a freak show, not boxing. How can you beat Tyson if you can't touch him? Oh, he'll get touched. He'll get touched. Listen to me. He will get touched. And the thing is, boxing is about sharpness. Are you suggesting to me that between Safa Safari and Pianetta, he's going to be able to get 3 years of sharpness back? Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Tyson would have to fight every single month. Not going to. I don't care how much sparring you do. When's the last time Tyson Fury went 12 rounds? When's the last time Tyson Fury got hit by somebody who really wants to knock him out? Now, the best performance Tyson Fury's had in his career was against Vladimir Klitschko. A Klitschko that was beaten before he got in the ring. A Klitschko that's been knocked out before. Okay? Tyson did the job back then. Since then, Joshua's come on and beat Klitschko. Since then, Joshua's gone on to be world champion. Since then, Wilder's gone and made a few defenses since. Time moves on, and Fury fans need to understand. Stop being stuck in the Klitschko fight. Forget, if you can't think past the Klitschko fight, then you're gonna get seriously disappointed. Because that right hand will hit Fury. It will hit Fury. Because Fury's not improving on his skills. He's not improving. He's going to camp to lose weight. And he's relying on a 25-year-old to get him his skill levels up. Really? Come on, man. But I hope, you know the good thing about this all? I hope all these people are in the room at the moment. I'm going to start logging people's names down because these live shows, and I'm keeping the chats for these live shows. I hope we've had the conversation now. I hope this fight does happen for you Fury fans. I'm not saying I'm not a Fury fan, but I hope it happens, right? Because then you'll understand what I'm saying to you. You don't come back from after 3 years or 2.5 years or how long it was, yeah, of inactivity to come back and fight Safa Safari, a guy who's 5 foot what? And not even a bona fide heavyweight. And you couldn't even take him out in the first round. You couldn't knock him out. Then after that, you go on and then you're going to fight Pianetta. That is not the build-up. And I remember I said this to you about Daniel Martz. I told you about Daniel Martz and Luis Ortiz. I said Daniel Martz is not ideal preparation to fight for Luis Ortiz to fight Deontay Wilder. Deontay, if I'm Luis Ortiz, you fight David Price. He's tall, he's big, he's right-handed. You're practicing how to avoid a right hand, or in your mind, you're setting yourself up to know that's a right hand coming. I need to be aware of it. Fury hasn't been anywhere. The last time he was in a ring against a guy who had a big right hand was Vladimir Klitschko. That's a long time ago. That's a very long time ago. I don't care how much sparring he's done. I don't care how much rounds he's done on the bag. I don't care what shit he talks over Twitter. I don't care what he does over Instagram. I don't care. I don't care. You people there will say, oh, he's going to be in great shape and all this stuff. And then we saw what you looked like when you got in the ring. Inexcusable. I've heard enough excuses, the mental health, the this, the that. He's not the only person in the world suffered from mental health and overcome it and got on with life. But it is what it is, right? I don't want to hear no more excuses. I don't want to hear no more. I don't want to hear no more. I'm just sick. I'm just fed up of it. I'm fed up of it. It's a circus. And yes, I hope the fight does happen. I really do hope the fight does happen. And in another way, I don't hope the fight happens. I hope the fight happens because then if Wilder does beat Fury, what are people going to say then? They'll say, I'll tell you what they say. He wasn't fit. He's still struggling with depression. He was on coke. He wasn't fit enough. He should have Peter Fury in the corner. Ben Davies is not a good trainer. If that happens, all right, and if Wilder it goes on and beats Fury, right, because he looks very probable at this point in time. You don't go from being the state you're in, that state of Safa Safiri, to suddenly going to fight Deontay Wilder and beating Deontay Wilder. It doesn't happen like that. Boxing is about continuity. It's about fighting regularly and keep honing your skills and sharpening your skills. Every camp you get into camp, you're working on new skills. Fury's getting into camp to lose weight. There's a difference, and the gap has closed since the picture I've got behind me. Right, since that picture behind me, if somebody could tell me who Wilder was fighting when this picture came up, I would like people to tell me who Wilder was fighting who just fought after this picture you're seeing here, right? And how long since that picture has Fury been out of the ring? At that point in time, right there, that point in time would have been Fury's best chance of beating Deontay Wilder. Since then, his skills would have gone backwards because they weren't going forwards. His skills would have been going backwards because what was he doing? There was 2 years or 2.5 years sitting on his couch, putting on weight, being depressed, doing coke if he was doing coke. I don't know. But he wasn't doing anything good for himself. So that's surely going to have an effect. But, you want to live in fairy tale world, live in fairy tale world. Tyson and Fury both say Wilder next after Peanut. I don't understand. He said he wanted to be Muhammad Ali. Then he fought Safa Safiri. Now he wants to take on Wilder. What's the issue? The issue is he's not ready. Oh, it was after the Spilker fight. Thank you very much. So Wilder just knocked out Spilker. Okay. Straight vibranium down the pipe. 1-2. Good night, Fury. Wilder is not those foam tubes that Fury loves dodging. Thank you very much, Ronnie Emerson. That's straight over 2 years. I mean, there are people within, I'm sure, Fury's community that are wise boxing people will look and say, "You're not ready, man. You're not ready. You can have a fighting heart, and you can be fighting heart, and then you can give yourself the best shot. Is he giving himself the best shot to beat Wilder? Absolutely not. And he will need when he was in that shape there when Fury fought Spilker, he was in good shape. So, he has to get to that shape and then some to beat Wilder. And Fury said already, he'll never get back to the shape he was when he fought Klitschko. That came out of his own mouth. Joshua fought undefeated White, undefeated Parker, undefeated Brazil, undefeated, and Klitschko. Wilder's fought Ortiz and Joe Washington. Spilker. At that point, it was weeks since Fury Klitschko. There you go. Wilder AJ getting better while Fury cut weight. I've been saying this before. Tyson will have to be nailed to the floor, and he will never allow that. He'd rather die in the ring. Well, he will get nailed to the floor because you've seen Wilder's record. Well, the fact is, he's still got the courage to get out there years after is incredible. If he wins, it's going to make it even better. So you're the same sort of people that, on one hand, are saying Dave Allen shouldn't be fighting Luis Ortiz and Dillian White and all these people, but at the same time, will say, Dave Allen's, he's brave and he's strong and some of you people couldn't manage your way out your front door, right? You couldn't manage your way out your front door. I just have to be honest, straight up, because some of the things you talk, it's career suicide. You are actually, and you call yourself fans. If I was a boxer and you were my fans, listen, you can keep your money. I don't want that kind of fan. I don't want that kind of fan base. I don't want the kind of fan base that will stick me into fights that I'm not ready for. And these are the same people who said, "Oh, Fury needs time." I said to them the other day, "All right, Fury needs time to get better. He needs to get time to get fitter. He needs time." Okay, so he needs time. So that's in 2019. That's good. So he needs time. Suddenly he doesn't need time anymore. He's ready for Wilder. What? He's not that good. He's not. I'm sorry. Fury's not that good. He's good, but he's not that good. If Fury was that good, he would have done what Muhammad Ali did. Ali was that good. He came back, he fought the fourth guy in the world, the third guy in the world, the second guy in the world, and then fought for the world championship. That's how you do it. If you're that good. That good. If you're that good, all right? So don't go there about telling me Fury's that good. He's not that good. He's good, but he's not that good. Muhammad Ali, he uttered the words of Muhammad Ali. I wouldn't have got on Fury's back if he didn't mention the words Muhammad Ali and Joe Louis. Where the hell is he going with this? I'm gonna have more defensive than Joe Louis. Really? On which planet? Not planet Earth. Maybe on Xbox or PS4 or PS5. It's not happening. It's not happening. Maybe Fury will pull it out in the ring in a danger fight or flight. Maybe be surprised. Look at how Chisora shocked everybody. Wait, Chisora was getting his ass handed to him. He was getting beat from pillar to post until he landed that big right hand. So don't talk about Chisora, who's getting the shit beat out of him. And if that was Wilder landing on Chisora, he'd have been out flattened. He wouldn't have been going that long. He would have got flattened. Fighting a former world champion for pay-per-view is a duck. Wow, corruption in boxing. I'll make your mind after Tyson fights next, Ingram. There you go. Damn, he threw his fans back. Nobody ever wants to talk about Wilder's record. It took him 40 fights to fight a top guy. To be fair to AJ, he fought Klitschko, White, and Parker in half the amount of fights. Whatever. To be fair, I forgot something every time I walk out my door. LOL. Ali is a perfect comeback for a champion. Fury should never use Ali name. I agree. I guarantee the first thing Fury says after defeat is, "At least I took the fight, not 100% like AJ." That excuses commence. I'm waiting for him as well. Well, let's see if he's that good. The answer is we don't know. No, he's not that good. He's not that good. Because if he was that good, he wouldn't be fighting Sefa Safari in his first fight. He wouldn't be fighting Pianet in his second fight. So he's not that good. And his management don't think he's that good. What happened to price shows when you're too soon? I don't know. She's all got a lucky punch, almost died in that fight. Ali, Holmes, and Vitali were that good. Came back and fought top guys in the division straight away. There we go. Thank you very much, Mr. Boxing Today. That's facts. Ingram, genuine question. Were you confident waiting for a Steel Hammer special that would finish Fury at that time? No, because I said that Fury would beat Klitschko. Ali comeback was ultimately a failure against Fraser. Done. Mark, I'm done. I'm done. Absolutely done talking boxing with you. Done. That me and you don't talk boxing them, okay? So what? So it was ultimately a failure. So him beating George Foreman wasn't ultimately a failure, huh? Wilder is still chinny. Whatever you say, that's Fury's best chance. Wilder's still chinny. Okay. Wilder's still chinny. That's your question. When Fury got dropped by Cunningham and Fury got dropped by Nevin Pajek, he's not chinny. Fury's not chinny, but he got dropped by cruiserweight Cunningham and Nevin Pajek. I'm sure that Wilder fought Pajek. I'm sure he laid him out flat. Uh, Chilly man, listen to him. I'm getting ready for power in about 15 minutes. Getting my boxing fixing first. Laugh my head off. Wilder's better than I thought he was. Many negatives against him, but I ultimately think he will destroy Fury. Do you think, as Peter's, do you think as Peter's not training him, that might mess him up? Absolutely. Fury needs to kick Hatton out of his house. That coke together is not doing any good. Wilder gets rocked by many cruiserweights and lesser known opponents. So you can't use Ali Combat's fight as optimum guy for Fury. That's how damn well can if the damn well man turns around and mentions Ali and Joe Louis, two great fighters. I don't think so. Of course I can mention it. Fury walked through a big right hand against Vlad in later rounds. Vlad, oh my God. Do I need to remind you of AJ versus Parker and AJ versus Takam? The unbeatable, the Hercules, the biggest puncher in world boxing, according to some of you. The golden boy of world boxing. Couldn't knock out Takam. Chisora did that. And he couldn't knock down Parker. White did that. So I'm not sure where you're all going with this, but anyway. Fury making a statement after two tune-ups. Yeah, he might make a statement. The statement might be, I shouldn't have taken this tune. I shouldn't have taken a fight against Wilder. That's what statement he's making. Vlad was not in that fight that night. No, he wasn't. I wanted to hear your take on my previous question. Never mind, mate. What was the question, mate? Let me go back and check. Oh, I love Dillian White, but Eddie used the WBC conspiracy, which wasn't fair to duck Lewis Ortiz. If Dillian was genuinely upset with WBC, why didn't he vacate his WBC silver? I tell you what, I'm meeting up with Dillian shortly. When I meet Dillian, I'll ask him that question just for you. Think the people on the source tonight. Yep, there's some people in there got some on the source. Chisora would smash Wilder. Right. I've said all I've got to say, and this conversation is getting silly now. But almost feel that day Wilder and Fury is a massive fu to both Hearn and Joshua. Yeah, I do hope the fight gets made for those purposes as well. I think it'd be great if it does get made. But like I said, when you look at this photo, here, right, that's the sort of condition I want Fury to be in, or close to that condition, in shape. I don't want a guy that's like overweight fighting Deontay Wilder. I want the best possible Fury to fight Wilder. So there's no excuses. But there will be excuses because the best of Fury, I don't think that Fury is going to. You look at the mobility of Fury. Poor Ingram tonight, chin up, the silver bet. I'd rather watch Chisora versus Wilder than watch Fury. If a man believes in himself, let him do it. Hoping online. He walked through one big right hand by reluctant to throw Vlad. Question is, can he walk through a series of right hands with the guy who's trying to leave you concussed? That's the point. Talk to him, please, Mr. Boxing today. Damn it. Vladimir Klitschko throws right hands like that. He throws right hands like that, yeah? You're comparing a guy that throws right hands like that and to a guy who throws right hands like that, straight through. Watch your box. Learn. Instead of just bringing fighters' names up, go, do yourself a favor. Sit down, watch Vladimir Klitschko when he throws right hands and watch Wilder when he throws right hands. Slow it down, take the commentary off, and watch Wilder goes follow straight through his shots. When you see Klitschko throw big shots, it's there, and he's pulling back with right hands. Fury has to be up to weight for Wilder. Not sure he's there yet. No. Do you think Hughie Fury will be world champion? I do. Yeah, I do. CB Sports TV. Salute BWTM. Salute to you too. If Fury hits Wilder, he will do the Bobby. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he will. What's up, Mr. Boxing today? Reverend Pickles, good evening. Fine people. Pickles back off holidays. You need to be getting into my videos, Pickles. You don't win the Olympics. There's no third place in football in the Olympics. The losing the semi-finals get given a third place medal. Okay. Gotta go. See you soon, Ingram. Yeah, I've got to go too. Uncle Bashir will be in the house shortly. He'll be talking about this, and he'll also got some news to tell us about Vlad Tsarenko. So very interesting news indeed. I heard the news. I was quite interested. How dare you put dirt on the great tales of Hercules? Nobody listens. I'm definitely not against Fury fighting Wilder. I like Tyson. I like Tyson too, but I want him in best shape possible. And there's no way he can get in shape in best shape possible between now and November. Absolutely not. No. Wilder will hit you with a right hand that looks like a pitcher throwing 100 miles per hour fastball. Hypothetically, Ingram, let's just pretend Fury destroys Wilder. Just what if? Let's do a better what if. What if Povetkin destroys Joshua? What if? That's a better what if. Nice beard, Ingram. Thank you, Rogi. Well, Fury never won any Olympic medals, and he didn't win any Olympic medals. But then he told me that he was David Price was the golden boy of British boxing. So that's what happened there. Right, I'm out of here. I got to prepare for Uncle Bashir, who should be in the house soon. We'll be talking to Uncle Bashir tonight, and we'll also be talking to Rick Ramos from Body Shot Boxing. It's long overdue me talking to Rick. So tonight, hopefully, we'll have Rick Ramos in the room as well. So I'll be back. I'll see you all soon. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as always. Share the video. What do you think? Do you think Deontay Wilder should be fighting Fury next? Would you rather Fury take another warm-up fight? Is Fury ready to be fighting Deontay Wilder? Questions, questions, questions. Right, I'm out of here. I'll see you all very soon, I guess. Take care.